Welcome, my friends. Thank you for joining me for this episode. In this episode today, I want to talk about GoFundMe and the money that was produced by you, the subscribers, to rescue me out of this crisis situation when my truck is stolen. Let's roll the intro and get into it. Back at the end of May, I came to Denver, Colorado, driving over from Las Vegas. I had purchased a F-350 pickup truck 2001, owned it just for a few weeks, drove over here for my birthday and met with Becky and then met with Steve. Had a fantastic birthday. The morning after my birthday, my truck was stolen out of the parking lot just right in front of Steve's business. As a result, I was in a crisis mode. I had a trailer. I was stuck here. Insurance was telling me they were not going to pay on the policy until the title was transferred in my name and the title was in the truck, still in the seller's name because I just bought it. Have an appointment in Nevada with the Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV, on July 30th. So it was 90 days wait to get the title transferred to my name. So I knew I was stuck for at least that long or maybe longer. And actually it's become a bit more complex because the seller who sold me the truck is not cooperating. He's not really returning my phone calls, text messages. I send maybe 4 messages. I get 1 short reply, but no commitment from him to help me get things sorted out with the DMV. So anyway, I do need to be using this GoFundMe money to be able to move through this crisis situation. And today I want to talk about how I'm spending that. And basically I'm spending it in 3 different categories. Category 1, I'm paying BJ's Auto Repair, where the truck is right now, to do minor repairs, the stuff that they're able to do, like the ignition cylinder. It's where you put your key into the side of the steering column, and fixing the passenger side lock where it was punched out, and the door handle over there, which was also destroyed when that went in. Putting new batteries in it, a couple other small details. That's about all they're able to do. So the chunk of money is going into that small portion of that to get the truck drivable and running. So that was number 1. Number 2 is I've been purchasing a number of items on Amazon. So I want to show you some of the items that I purchased which I lost in the truck, and a few new items to prevent a future theft. Currently, I'm at my friend Becky's house. I'm doing some house sitting for her for about 4 or 5 days while she is going camping and on vacation with her family. So I'm here watering plants and feeding animals and stuff like that. So it's been really, really great for me to have this place and be able to get the Amazon stuff in here and to go out and look at salvage yards for pieces and parts that I need for my truck. Let me show you the packages I have. All these packages were delivered to Becky's house. She has them piled up here. They've been arriving before I arrived, and they're arriving now while I'm here. So let's open up a few of these, show you what's here. First, let me start here over here with this big box. This is a carpet kit. I was able to manage to find a aftermarket carpet kit that fits my truck so that I can put gray carpet back in that was stripped out by the thieves. Some of the other items that were stolen by the thieves were my gauge cluster that was going on one of the posts to the left of the dashboard. So there was 3 gauges there, one for the turbo, one for exhaust temperature. Then there was a 3rd gauge for the transmission temperature. So there's 3 gauges that I got there, replaced. And instead of replacing the entire thing, because the pod unit was still there, I didn't buy that. So I saved a little bit of money there. My tailgate was stolen, and it'll be a while before I find a matching tailgate. So in the meantime, I purchased an $18 sort of cargo net that goes across the back. So I'm going to put that on there to keep things from falling out on the back as a temporary solution until I'm able to get a new tailgate. And then I have a backup camera. My backup camera was stolen along with the stereo unit that was inside, a tablet, Wi-Fi hotspot. So I've purchased a new replacement Wi-Fi hotspot. I decided not to replace the tablet. Instead, my phone was cracked, so I used that money to fix my cracked phone because it was almost the same, and that was more valuable to me. The entire stereo system was stolen out of the truck. It was an Alpine stereo system with a touch screen. That was pretty expensive, and I just couldn't justify spending that kind of money to replace it. And originally, insurance said they'd only pay up to $1,000 for the stereo. So I decided to step several grades down and get a middle-of-the-line stereo. So I purchased a Kenwood unit, and the head unit, which is the touch screen, is still on the way, but I do have the amplifier, which is the second part. And over here I have 4 speakers, 2 there, and then 2 underneath over here. This is the amplifier there. So those are some of the Amazon purchases online that I've made. There's probably close to $2,000 worth of items that I've purchased. 2 new items. One is a GPS tracker to be able to track the truck should it be stolen again. I hope it never is. And the second item, I've purchased a couple of different things to be able to put a kill switch inside. So a hidden kill switch, so that I can turn that off and the truck won't start until that switch is flipped back on, and you have to flip it every single time that you want to start the truck. It's not something that you have to remember to flip it off and flip it on. So I think that that will be a tremendous improvement for the truck. I've been searching for a couple other items online, but that leaves category number 3 for purchases, and that's going out to salvage yards to look for pieces and parts that go with the interior. The things I'm still looking for are a tailgate, looking for seats to go inside, and that is proving to be far more difficult than I initially thought. By the way, the reason that they totaled my vehicle with the insurance is because nobody was able to find seats to put into it, and that was the reason. It wasn't a ratio of cost versus value of the vehicle at all. It was just they couldn't find the seats, and that's why they totaled the vehicle. So anyway, I'm confident that eventually I'll find seats. Right now there are some ugly brown seats from some other kind of vehicle in there, so I can drive it. I'm also looking for things like the steering wheel, one of the side panels, under dash panel, the sun visors. Those kinds of things are also missing. So I'm going to be on the search over the next few weeks, possibly the next few months, to get that. So that's how I'm spending the GoFundMe money. There's about $11,500 that was donated to me. I'm not sure, probably $3,000 or $4,000, maybe $5,000 will be spent on all these components and pieces and parts. There may be a little bit more if I need to hire professionals to install certain elements that I'm not aware of or don't know how to do myself. So that is a possibility. Possibly reupholstering seats if I find seats that are in bad condition, or they may need certain amount of foam to repair damaged foam. I don't know. So those are the unknowns. I'm going to be headed to Nevada here in the near future to go to the Department of Motor Vehicles and try to get the title in my name. Once I have that, I can submit that to the insurance and get payment. Until that time, I'm using the GoFundMe money. And then once I have the insurance money, I believe that it will cover all of my costs of the repair and getting back up and going and on the road, and that I'll be donating all of the money that I originally got from GoFundMe off to HOWA, the Homes on Wheels Alliance, as I've mentioned many times. So that is where things stand right now, making progress. Supposed to be getting my truck back in my actual possession in the very near future. So I'm just waiting on BJ Auto Repair to call me up and tell me that my truck is done and ready for pickup, and then I should be able to drive it again. That is the status update. Thank you so much for watching. Savor the moment, and I'll see you in a future episode.